10 of the worst K-pop group names ever, according to fans. Let's face it, K-pop group names that are acronyms are almost always questionable. Today, let's look at what fans think are some of the most unfortunate and poorly chosen K-pop group names. A recent post on Reddit had fans discussing this topic, and answers ranged from groups with weird acronyms as their names to names that could seem like strange innuendos, and everything in between. Here are just 10 of the groups mentioned on the post. 1. Skies. On first glance, Skies really doesn't seem like a bad name at all. It sounds similar to the word sexy, which is pretty suitable for a handsome K-pop boy group. However, the name was actually supposed to be a mix of the German words that mean 6 diamonds, but since they only used half of the word Kiesel, which actually means pebble, it doesn't make sense. 2. Donkeys. Donkeys is certainly not the worst name on this list, but some fans find it funny that it's pronounced like the word donkeys, which isn't something a lot of people would probably want to be known as. 3. Dick Punks. This name doesn't really need much of an explanation, does it? Despite the questionable choice, Dick Punks is a great rock band with some amazing music. 4. The KOXX. The KOXX is another Korean rock group with a great taste in music, but a somewhat questionable taste in group names, considering what theirs sounds like. 5. Ham. Ham is the first of several groups on this list with an acronym for their name, although unlike many others on this list whose name stands for odd words, Ham has a strange acronym that stands for something not so strange. It simply stands for Heart and Mind. 6. HOT. HOT was an iconic K-pop group that helped lead the way to modern pop music in South Korea, but do you know what their name stands for? It actually is short for High Five of Teenagers, which doesn't really sound as cool as one might have expected. 7. Trax. Trax on its own sounds like a pretty interesting name, but once again, it's an acronym for something much weirder. It's short for Typhoon Rose Attack Christmas, which also happened to be the nicknames of the members when there were 4 of them. 8. VOV. VOV was allegedly supposed to stick to a vampire theme for their concepts, hence the words that their name stands for, Very Awesome Vampires. However, they pretty quickly strayed from this concept, so their name, and even their fandom name, Vamps, doesn't make much sense now. 9. Teen Top. Teen Top seems like a pretty reasonable name on its own, especially since it includes part of their label's name, Top Media. However, it is also an acronym, and it's often been described as one of the strangest in the industry. It stands for Teenage Emo Boy Emotion Next Generation Talent Object Praise, which is a mouthful to say the least. 10. Drug Restaurant. While the meaning behind the group's name, which is to represent the band's desire to provide listeners with a greater relief than any drug in the drugstore and to offer a gateway out from the pressures of society, the way that they ended up putting their name together might sound a bit odd to someone who doesn't know the meaning behind it.